Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar, your trusted source for the latest and most accurate updates on the Iraqi currency revaluation and global financial shifts. Are you ready for breaking news that could change everything for dinar holders in 2025? Because right now, there's serious buzz coming from Treasury insiders about potential dates being discussed behind closed doors. This isn't just rumor. It's the kind of talk that has the entire dinar community watching every move closely. If you've been waiting for the RV, this might be the most important update you hear all year. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what's unfolding and what it could mean for your investment. But before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest updates from Iraqi Dinar. Now, let's dive into what's happening. 2025 has already delivered more developments in the dinar world than all of 2024 combined. The U.S. Treasury Department has been unusually active, and multiple credible sources are confirming that discussions on Iraq's currency reforms have intensified in recent weeks. We're talking about real conversations around timing, policy shifts, and exchange mechanisms. These aren't surface-level rumors. They're detailed exchanges that suggest something significant may be brewing beneath the surface. Before we go any further, I want to make something crystal clear. No one can guarantee exact dates or outcomes when it comes to currency revaluations. However, by studying reliable patterns, insider communications, and policy language, we can spot early indicators of major moves. That's what we're doing today, analyzing signals, not speculating blindly. And right now, those signals are stronger than ever. The first major sign came from Treasury communications in late December 2024. Internal documents reportedly discussed timeline adjustments related to Middle Eastern currency policies. These weren't public releases, but information trickled out through reliable channels in the dinar community. What's different this time is the level of precision in the language being used. Instead of vague policy mentions, these communications included specific timeframes, most notably between late January and early March 2025. That's not just an interesting coincidence. Historically, Iraq tends to announce key economic or currency reforms during the first quarter of the year. This aligns with their national budget cycle, which usually finalizes between January and March. If you're going to roll out something as important as a revaluation, it makes sense to do it when the country's fiscal plans are being locked in. The timing fits perfectly. On top of that, the Central Bank of Iraq has been making quiet but meaningful preparations. They've been updating their banking systems, improving digital infrastructure, and strengthening partnerships with international financial institutions. These steps don't happen randomly. They're usually part of a larger strategic plan to modernize and stabilize the currency before a major shift. It's the kind of groundwork that has to be in place before any revaluation can happen. Treasury sources are also reportedly discussing exchange rate mechanisms, basically, the formulas that determine how currency values are set and adjusted. For dinar holders, this is exactly the kind of technical talk that signals movement toward a new valuation framework. The language being used suggests this isn't just hypothetical anymore, it's preparatory. At the same time, international pressure on Iraq has been mounting. The World Bank and IMF have been encouraging stronger currency reforms to help Iraq integrate more fully into the global economy. With stable oil revenues and improved foreign reserves, Iraq finally has the financial strength to support meaningful monetary adjustments. All these factors combined paint a picture of readiness. Another key indicator is Iraq's effort to reduce dependency on the U.S. dollar within its own borders, a process called de-dollarization. When countries shift away from foreign currency used domestically, it's usually because they're positioning their national currency for greater independence and strength. And that's exactly what we're seeing in Iraq right now. Foreign currency reserves are another crucial piece of this puzzle. Reports suggest Iraq's reserves are now at their highest level in over a decade. That's a big deal, because these reserves are what allow a country to support and sustain a stronger currency value. Without them, a revaluation would collapse almost instantly. But with rising reserves, Iraq has the financial foundation it needs to back a stronger dinar. Now, let's talk about the potential dates that keep surfacing in these Treasury discussions. The most commonly mentioned target appears to be February 15th, 2025. This specific date has come up repeatedly across different conversations about international financial realignments. Some sources mention late January as a possibility, while others think early March is more likely. The fact that all these dates fall within Iraq's budget season makes them even more credible. It's important to understand that no single factor determines a revaluation timeline. Political stability is one of the biggest variables. Any major unrest or leadership change in Iraq could delay the process. Likewise, regional tensions in the Middle East could also affect timing. Iraq needs a stable environment to execute major financial transitions successfully. Another factor is the role of international banking relationships. Iraq has been building strong ties with both European and Asian banking partners. These partnerships are essential to ensure that once the dinar revalues, it's recognized and tradable on the global market. The broader the international support, the smoother the revaluation process will be. When we talk about Treasury buzz, we're really referring to coordinated planning discussions. These are meetings involving multiple agencies and global partners to determine how, when, and under what framework policy changes can occur. The fact that we're hearing specific timeframes means these conversations have moved beyond speculation. They're in the operational phase. We're also seeing signs of preparation within the private sector. Major currency dealers and exchange services have begun quietly updating their systems for Iraqi dinar transactions. This kind of back-end work, software upgrades, rate configurations, international transfer setups, doesn't happen unless something major is expected. It's another strong signal that the financial world is getting ready for possible changes. For dinar holders, one of the biggest concerns is timing. No one wants to be caught off guard. The good news is that revaluations rarely happen overnight. There's typically an official announcement period that gives the public and financial institutions time to prepare. Treasury sources indicate that there would likely be at least a 24 to 48-hour notice period before any rate change goes live. Another question everyone has is about the potential rate itself. Will this revaluation be the big one people have hoped for, or just a modest adjustment? According to multiple insiders, the discussions point toward a meaningful rate shift, not just a symbolic tweak. However, it's crucial to keep expectations realistic. Even a moderate increase could be life-changing for many investors, but no one should assume extreme projections without verified confirmation. Here's some practical advice as we move forward. First, make sure your dinar holdings are safely stored and properly documented. Keep receipts and any official purchase records. Second, research which banks or dealers in your region are authorized to handle dinar exchanges after a potential RV. Preparation now can save you stress later. Third, decide on an exchange strategy. Some holders plan to cash in all at once, while others prefer to exchange gradually. Having a clear plan helps you respond rationally when news breaks. Fourth, stay informed from multiple reliable sources, both domestic and international. The dinar landscape moves fast, and you don't want to rely on outdated or speculative chatter. Now, patience continues to be one of the most important factors in this entire journey. Even if February or March turns out to be the target window, unexpected delays can happen. What matters most is that all signs point toward real progress. The fact that Treasury officials are reportedly discussing specific timelines marks a level of advancement we haven't seen in years. Whether the RV happens in February, March, or later in 2025, it's clear that momentum is building. Iraq's economic reforms, technological upgrades, and growing international credibility all create the perfect setup for a major change. Every signal we're seeing, both from inside Iraq and from global financial institutions, supports the idea that this could finally be the year dinar holders have been waiting for. The next few months will be absolutely critical. We'll be monitoring developments closely through January and February, tracking every statement and official update. If there's even a hint of confirmed Treasury movement, you'll hear it here first. So there you have it, the latest Treasury buzz surrounding a possible dinar RV date in 2025. With February 15th emerging as a key focus point and early March as a secondary window. While nothing is confirmed yet, the growing alignment of economic, political, and technical factors makes this the most promising outlook we've seen in years. Make sure you're ready. Organize your holdings. Stay informed and don't get swept up by rumors. Patience and preparation will pay off when the moment finally arrives. What do you think about these possible dates? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know if you're hearing similar chatter from your sources. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Iraqi Dinar, and ring that notification bell so you're first in line when new updates drop. Thanks for watching, stay alert, and I'll see you in the next report with more breaking dinar news and analysis.